Hello, hi, good morning. I am D.D. Sawant from J.A.T Art, Science and Commerce College for Women, Malegaon Dist-Nashik. Today's topic that is a interior of the earth. Now, all of you are knowing that the example is of apple. That when we peel the apple, when we will remove a outer layer of this apple, means a thin layer. Similarly, the surface of the earth is only a thin layer compared by various researchers. Because of the earth immense size, drilling does not reveal much of exactly what lies beneath. So, as far as concerned to the evidences of volcanic eruptions, deep mine operations have been done, crustal borings have been done, and it helps us to understand about the Earth's interior. This evidence furnished by meteoroids falling on the Earth have also contributed to a better understanding of the Earth's inner structure, and hence most of we know of the interior of the earth has come from the study of the earthquake vibrations that run through the earth. Over the years, this has enabled geologists to build up a picture of a multi-layered earth. This more we know about the structure of the earth, and we should be able to understand about the way of work. As a temperature and pressure increases when we go deep and deep, as mines which are seen up to a depth of 9 km, and the magma chamber which is seen up to a depth of 64 km, and hence as a geologist, yeah, researchers have analyzed that the lastly the magma might be a base of the seismic waves. As a earthquake waves which are forming in the interior of the earth, those are in a primary and in secondary waves. Now, what is meant by primary and what is by secondary? The earthquake vibrations are recorded in the form of waves, and these waves are in a three types. As this reveals, those are the primary, which is also called as a longitudinal waves. Second one, that is a secondary, which is also called as a transverse waves. And third one, those are a long or ground waves. Now, first, what primary waves are? They are commonly known as P waves. They are similar to those of sound waves and are compressional in nature. And the movement of these primary waves is to and fro movement in the line of propagation. Second one, that is a secondary waves, which are also called as a transverse waves. They are commonly known as S waves. They are similar to those of light waves, in which the movement is at right angle to the lines of propagation. And third one, that is a long or ground waves. They are termed as L waves, and they travel along the surface of the earth. As to study the base of the interior of the earth. In red color, the magma chamber which is shown, and hence this might be a base of the seismic waves, yeah, earthquake waves. On the upper layer of the land, means the ground surface, a relief features are seen. It seems to be as a mountains, yeah, means here folded mountains, yeah, floating mountains which are seen, and near to this a ocean which is shown. So like this was the structure of the earth which is being formed due to this interior pressures, yeah, interior movement of the earth. Now we will see the crust, mantle and core. As all of you are knowing that the interior of the earth is not composed of homogeneous material. Its density increases gradually towards the center. With the help of evidence provided by the earthquake waves, scientists think that the earth consists of a series of concentric layers that differ in density, thickness and composition. The arrangement of these layers may be compared of that of a onion with its shells one inside another. An outer zone of lithosphere, if we'll see the structure, that outer zone has formed the crust of the earth, and here 71% of which is covered by water bodies, as for example Pacific and Atlantic oceans are seen, and only 29% of the land which is present as a territorial land. The thickness of the lithosphere is uneven. Somewhere it varies 22 and somewhere it varies 40 km. The maximum thickness is found beneath the fold mountain ranges of the world, and those fold mountains are: number one is a Himalaya and the Andes, and much less portion which is seen near to the open oceans. And hence a lithosphere is made up of two layers, namely as Sial and Saima. What is Sial? Sial is the outermost layer of the earth. It is made up of crystalline rocks. The continental mass are made up of Sial. In large areas, mostly the crystalline rocks are covered by sedimentary rocks. The rocks in this layer are mainly made up of silica and alumina. And if you'll see the Saima, the surface separating the Sial from the Saima is known as the Conrad discontinuity. It lies at different depths. Below the Sial lies a layer of denser and heavier rocks. This layer is known as the Saima, and it is made up of mainly basalt and some related rocks. And those rocks are of a silica, magnesium, here the specific gravity of this layer varies between 2.7 and 3. Ocean floors are mainly made up of Saima, and hence it is also known as cryosphere. As the moho, below the crust lies the second layer, which is known as the mantle. The surface of the discontinuity between the crust and the mantle is known as moho. The name is given after the Yugoslavia scientist Mohorovičić, who discovered it in 1909. The speed of transmission of earthquake waves in the moho suddenly rises from about 5 to 8 km per second, indicating an increase in rock density. The inner zone, which we are studying as the interior of the earth, that is mantle, this layer lies below the outer crust and hence extends up to a depth of 2900 km. The rock of the mantle are rich in heavy iron magnesium minerals, and the specific gravity of these rocks varies between 3 and 5, and hence it mainly made up of diorite. Here the mountain building activities like folding and faulting, volcanoes and earthquakes originate in this layer. So this is the crust point to be remembered, that we have discussed about the outermost layer. Subdivisions that we have seen, the Sial and Saima. Sial is oceanic crust, which is denser young in age, and Saima is a continental crust, which is denser older in age. And next one, that is the mantle that we have seen, upper mantle, lower mantle. So the depth and the density of the mantle which we have seen. So here Gutenberg discontinuity demarcates the mantle from the core. This name is given after the scientist Gutenberg, who discovered in 1914. This continuity lies at a depth of about 2889 km, and in this discontinuity the behavior of the earthquake changes abruptly, and hence the velocity of primary waves decreases considerably while secondary waves disappear completely. When we will see the core of our knife, this layer lies below 2900 km. This layer is known as the core or the bryosphere. This layer is mainly made up of nickel and iron, and hence is popularly known as knife. Its diameter is roughly 6436 km. Its specific gravity varies between 5 and 13. Latest research shows that this layer is made up of inner and outer core. The outer core is either in a liquid or plastic state, and the inner core is solid. Secondary waves do not pass through the outer layer, while the velocity of primary waves decreases while crossing this layer. The estimated temperature of this layer is about 3700 degrees Celsius. This layer is under tremendous pressure with an average density of about 10.5. So the evidences of meteoroids which are been given over here, as evidence furnished by meteoroids belonging to our solar system has also contributed to a better understanding of the Earth's interior structure. Meteoroids falling on the Earth reveals the presence of heavy silicates. A mixture of heavy silicates and nickel iron alloy. Thus, the composition of the meteoroids further confirms the existence of the three layers that make up the Earth. So the lithosphere, it includes the crust and the top layer of the upper mantle. It extends from the surface of the earth to a depth of about 100 km. So the lithosphere is divided into several large fragments called plates, and the motion of these plates is referred to as plate tectonic. Here we have seen the interior of the earth. So as far as concerned to this, the depth we have seen and the layers we have studied, and hence the how the structure of this interior of the earth, that it seems that had been studied by the various researchers. So thank you very much.